Well, hello, everybody. We are a couple minutes ahead of schedule, but we're here. Y'all go tell somebody that we're here, live and in colorful. I like to talk in the background to y'all. Then y'all know we in the house. So
3 days of lock in.
3 days
Make
locked
them want
in.
to talk.
How long you been locked in?
3 days.
It started when?
Saturday, Sunday, Monday.
Okay, yeah, because Friday we did get out. Huh?
Right.
Yeah. And so it seemed like a long time, don't it?
Yeah.
For us not to go anywhere. And so,
Since Friday.
Yeah, since Friday. So we're gonna get a chance to talk about it.
From Friday. Date night.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we ain't gonna go yet. So hey, you guys, welcome. We're on here just a tad bit early. Today is Monday, January the 26th at 5:58, 5:59 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you're on Central Standard Time, remember that's 1 hour before Ronelda. Yeah, Renetta be like, what's the time now? What did she say? I said, Renetta ain't been doing this for about 5 years now. And so, welcome everybody. It is about that time. We got 1 minute before we get started. But notice that for those that are just joining us for the very first time, this is GodFidence. It's the fuller, what we call on GodFidence. This is a brand new year. And we're going to start having a guest again. And so this is just like having similar to confidence, but confidence having confidence.
Instead of having God, confidence. See, confidence is what you have in yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Confidence is what you have in God.
Mm-hmm.
Knowing that I'm not able, but He can.
He
He's
can.
able.
Knowing I can't, but He can.
Right.
Yes. And so we are coming to you every Monday. Every Monday, baby.
Every Monday.
It's 5 years now. It's about 5 years. Yeah, we're gonna have to put
Close
y'all.
to it.
Yeah. So we want to answer questions and talk to you about our marriage and talk to you about funny things that happen in our marriage.
Life.
And talk to you about everything, all things, dating, children. And there's really just stuff that comes up in our everyday
life.
In our everyday.
But how about the weather in the area? Did anybody get bad weather?
Yeah, so anybody on and you can share what your weather is like in your area. It is 30 degrees in Atlanta.
It's 32 degrees. It was in Fayetteville. And with the wind chill factor, it was 22.
Really?
Yeah. And we can attest to that because we put our cover on our green egg and our smoker.
Mm-hmm.
And it blew it back off, and I put a brick on top, a real brick, not plastic,
to keep the thing
and
down.
It still blew it off.
It blew it off, and so yes.
So the wind is really blowing, so making the temperature different.
It is.
Things are like 15 in the morning with the wind chill factor.
Yeah, I'm gonna take down our little ticker here, and so hey, welcome everybody, and welcome to GodFidence. You guys, look, we know that it's cold. We see a lot of our viewers coming in from YouTube and Facebook. I haven't posted this on Instagram yet, babe, because they want you to do a whole lot of stuff. Okay. I'm like, okay, we just share with somebody. Hey, what's going on? Oh, Morelli Granger, I haven't seen you before from the Caribbean, the Netherlands. Come on. Well, good. Congratulations.
How did you hear about GodFidence?
Yeah, tell us about and what is the weather like where you are in the Netherlands? Hey, Emily, what's going on?
Hello, Emily.
Good to see you. Emily gave us her brand new book on grace.
I know.
And so, yes.
Proud of you, Emily.
We are. We're proud of you taking a leap of faith and stepping out and writing your own book. And so you guys, look, it is that time. We can't prolong because we got some things to talk about. And those that show up will show up in our conversation. And so it is, today is Monday, as I mentioned. And we want to tell you about our weekend first. Right, yeah. It was cold and supposed to have all this great, fabulous weather.
Now, the week before, we did have a lot of snow.
Yeah, we did.
It was covered grounds, the trees, everything was covered in another city about hour 45 minutes from Atlanta.
Yeah,
and it was snow everywhere, and they just predicted, but maybe we're gonna get some snow. But man, that we got it. Now this week they predicted we were gonna have an ice storm, a really bad snow ice storm, and it really didn't do anything in our area.
Look, if I'm saying this right, Morelli, she said she's been watching. He. Okay, I'm sorry. I've been watching your program for months. Bishop Fuller, I see you on Wednesday nights. Aw,
Okay.
well, good. Yeah, and so it's nice weather in the Dutch Caribbean. Okay, that's pretty
Okay,
cool. So,
right.
well, at the Atlanta metro area, it's on average about wind chill factors about what, 25? You said
30.
20,
30,
25,
so
okay.
it's 10 degrees different. So
Yeah.
because the wind is gusting,
Yes,
so it's 10 degrees less than that. So it's about 20.
yes.
And Fayetteville was 22 because it was 32 degrees and
Okay.
it was 22 with the wind chill factor.
So we're south of Atlanta, and we love it where we are. So Thursday, you guys, we're gonna quickly tell you about our weekend. So Thursday, not Thursday, Friday.
We went to choir practice.
Yeah, choir practice. And then Friday, we went to do a jazz little concert date night with a couple of friends of ours, Jabal and Rashana. That was really fun. Before the weather got bad, it was
St. James Live.
Yep. Shout out to St. James Live. It was very good.
Always deliver.
Yep. And so we did that, and then we wanted to get out of the house before Saturday came.
Right.
Now, you guys, Emily, I don't know where you live. It felt like 4 degrees. She said in Marietta. She said she lives in Marietta.
Yeah.
So all this prediction, and the reason why we have gotten so more aggressive or talking about the weather so much more when it's supposed to be snow and making it a big deal.
Right.
Because of the Armageddon year.
Snow began.
Yeah, snow began.
Right.
When the whole city of Atlanta
was
shut down.
Locked down.
Yes, and nobody could go anywhere.
People stuck in their cars for days.
Yeah, and nobody knew how, nobody had prepared the streets or anything. So now if it looked like rain, ice, we're going to stay in. So where we live, we just saw rain. It was cold. But we didn't go anywhere. And look, yesterday, okay, so that was Saturday. It was supposed to start the afternoon, right?
And it did start.
It did. Yeah. Got really cold. Didn't see. We knew in our area it wasn't going to be, any drizzling or flurries.
And it was a very little light, like sprinkle of ice. It wasn't heavy or anything. When I went out, like after 12, I can't remember what time it was.
Let me tell you something.
Just a little.
In Fort Worth, Texas, when they say they're gonna get some ice and it's gonna sleet and snow, you better believe it's gonna sleet and snow, and you're gonna hear it on the house and in the street. It's gonna be like glass, like for real. So Atlanta, when they start talking about the weather here, it always makes me laugh because I know it's gonna snow, but I also know it's not gonna stick. We don't live in that kind of climate. Right. But when we start preparing,
I got stuck in Fort Worth twice.
Yeah.
With that kind of weather.
But when we start preparing in Atlanta, it really is. I think about my cousin who lives in Cleveland, Ohio. She said that they got 15 inches of snow. And so, and then in Maryland, your brother, then we got a lot of snow. Yeah. So that's what I'm talking about. I like the snow. I wanted it to snow.
Oh, I did too.
Yeah. And so that was Saturday. And look, you guys, we binge watched some movies. We watched the movie called His and Hers. I think a lot of people have been hearing about that. We watched The Rip. It was really good on Netflix. Yeah. We watched on Sunday. There was no church Sunday, so we stayed in. And look, you guys, for the very first time, Miss Norman said 12 inches of snow in Chicago. Oh, in Chicago, wow. Yeah. And look, for the very first time I'm going to say in my adult life, probably, that I've stayed in my nightgown all day long. All Sunday. I got up, we had breakfast, we watched service, and I didn't change clothes. That's not a nasty.
Good for you.
Yes, I did.
Learn how to rest.
I rested
because she don't know how to rest. So Sunday was one of the first times she really rested all day. I've been seeing sprinkles of you resting here and there, but never all day. And you just kick back on the sofa
and lay down and took a little bit of a nap.
Watch the game and nod a little bit, and so it was enjoyed to see you resting. So
so that was Saturday, Sunday. Not that was Saturday. That was Sunday, and then we watched a football game on yesterday that neither of our teams won. That we wanted to win. We didn't care either way it goes, but So that was a treat. That for sure, that was a treat. We enjoyed every bit of it all day, and I love that. I don't do enough of that at all, and so that was really great. So brings us to a topic for today. Because over the weekend, because we were snowed in, I was telling Fuller this morning that I don't always like to share with him what we're going to talk about, but I felt this in the city of my soul, everybody.
Yeah, right.
Because you notice the subject says we both live here. What do y'all think that means? So I was saying to Fuller, and what I love about Fuller, he's so kind. He's so nice. He's so sweet.
Yeah.
I'm
drop the hammer.
Right,
That's supposed to drop the hammer.
But when I shared with him this morning, what I wanted to talk about, he laughed. One of the things now, when we start talking today, this don't mean that this is Darlene and just Fuller, because I know some of the things we're going to talk about, it happens in all of our homes at one time or another. So we both live here, meaning this weekend, because we were stuck in the house. And this happens probably all the time in my mind, where I found my safe space, or my place where I feel like I unwind. One is at Home Goods, where I like to shop and buy and buy and buy. The other is when it's time to cook. I really do like to cook.
Yeah, you do.
And it's like during the holidays. This weekend was a really great opportunity to cook because I saw a lot of Instagram recipes I wanted to make. And so I made some chicken soup, some vegetable chicken soup with vegetables. I made this swamp soup. I made some brownies. And then I made, what else, baby, did I make? I made these little wonton, cornbread from scratch. I made these little wonton little things that you put in like your little, your muffin pan. You press down the little wonton thing, and I mixed some hamburger meat, bell peppers, cheese, and grated cheese, and some cream cheese. Blended it all together, and then scooped it out, put it in the wonton wrappers, baked it in the oven. Very simple recipe for an appetizer. So I'm just baking away. And so, but what I realized, y'all, I'm talking to, it's just us, y'all, right? What I realized, even though I like to cook, there's some days that I don't want to. And Fuller is really good about saying, Darlene, you want to go get something, whatever. But the times that we are home, when I said to myself, and I saw this on Instagram, or I saw this somewhere, maybe it was on Facebook, where it was on Instagram. Someone made a post and they said, this was a woman. She said, I didn't know I was signing up, even though I like to cook now. This lady said, I didn't know that I signed up for the rest of my life to cook and make all the decisions about what we go eat the rest of my life that I got married. And I started thinking about that, and I was like, I didn't either. But I find myself, like maybe others, it's not just women. It's not just women.
Right, all right.
Because we have some men
I got some friends that like to cook.
They like to cook.
And their wife, said, let them, and take them back.
But see, what happens too is that, like for breakfast, I know I'm talking to y'all, and Fuller's sitting here looking at me, and he's going to side eye me every now and then. But I know that if I don't cook, like let's say this weekend is breakfast. Want some coffee, baby? We're gonna eat something. So I would have to say, okay.
I agree with you. Yeah. I mean, I did ask you, did you want some coffee? I didn't say what we're gonna eat though.
Yeah. Fuller ain't going. He's not going. In fact, this morning I said to Fuller, hey, don't you want to make us some breakfast today? I'm working from home every Monday, Fridays. I said, Fuller, you looking at me, you guys. I said, Fuller, baby, don't you want to make us some breakfast this morning? I said,
I'll take you.
I was like,
I'll take you.
Now he's good for saying that.
I'll take you. That's what I said.
Yeah.
Because the street was clear.
Yeah.
I'll take you.
And so people who cook, does that bother you that your spouse now, hey. Now look, y'all don't be over there, Miss Norma, talking about Darlene. Come on, stop with the petty stuff. Or Darlene, whoever you are, saying, Darlene. Now you no.
No,
because this stuff
I get upset about it. Don't bother me.
No. But I'm just what I am saying is that in their relationships, there are couples that feel this way. And it go. I wrote something down. I want to share because you'll see this in the broadcast. But it's the title today is called "We Both Live Here," and it's funny. We're making this out of kind of a funny thing where there sometimes is uneven effort and support. And while I'll help usually means more work for someone else, or the load is bare minimum energy. Sometimes one person does more than the others. Sometimes we're talking about who does what. Sometimes one partner does most of everything and the other one may not do anything. So I wrote down some things too, and the things that couples argue about that we don't even talk about. Yeah. And we just let it. It's like these silent. Come on, Doc Layton, look here, babe. Did I not say this, Doc Layton? I was gonna text you today because I said this would be a good conversation for Dr. Layton and Dr. Barber. Doc Layton, don't play. Yeah, I'm gonna start something, Dr. Layton, because I said there's some things that in my own way, you guys. I'm gonna be real. Sometimes I get a little irritated, but then what I do know is that Fuller, if I said, babe, why don't we just go get some breakfast? He said, okay, I'm ready. You ready? Or like tonight, because I ain't eating no more. I don't want no more sleep. So Fuller be like, where you want to go? That's fine. Right. So here are some things. Let me not talk about the food, because what I do know is that Fuller ain't gonna cook. He made that really clear when we started dating.
Yep. He
don't cook. He hires.
So don't expect me to do maybe sometime, but what you knew that you were signing up for, because you know I didn't cook.
Look. So
and I will, if I have to, cook some breakfast or something, some hot dogs.
Nick Scaloni says both should cook.
Yeah.
Right here. He say both should cook. Here you go.
That's Nick opinion.
Yeah, that's Nick.
Nick don't live here.
Okay. Oh. Nick, stay over there. Look, Miss Norma talking about I enjoy cooking. I do too, Miss Norma. I do until I don't, and I don't want to go, and I want to go out. Yes, and then pick up food. We do all of that. But okay, so I'm going to step away from talking about food for a second. So I wrote down some things because I used this as an example this morning. I said, Fuller, there's also this, because we like to watch reels, there's also this example of when you go into the kitchen, and I'm using, it could be a man or female, you go into the kitchen and, one of us, one spouse, whoever that is, I'm pointing to man Fuller, but it could be you and your spouse, goes into the kitchen and they whoever that is likes to keep a good looking kitchen or a nice house. And then there's the other person that'll come into the kitchen, open up the cabinet, leave the cabinet open, or drink out of a glass, leave it on the counter, or drink out the glass, ain't no dishes at the sink, but you put it in the sink. Or you take something out of the refrigerator and you leave it on the counter. You intend, like this morning, Fuller, I said, I don't know what that was. Fuller took out something. I said, baby, you gonna put that back? See, I'm gonna put it back. And he would, right? But then
in my timing.
In his timing. See, it ain't my timing. So that's the thing, right?
That's right. In our timing.
Right. And so I saw this reel on Instagram where the one spouse is doing one thing, they're taking it out, putting it down. The other spouse like, did they not see? I just washed this. So I said to Fuller one time, I said, babe, when there's no dishes in the sink, you know that means the dishes are all clean or they're in the dishwasher, right? So he's like, oh, okay. So he just like, oh, okay. Fuller is not hard to adjust.
But I like washing dishes. And
you do? I mean, you do wash dishes. So I'm just saying, I didn't know you liked it.
I like washing dishes.
You like the fact you got the little counter thing with the little pad?
I like washing dishes.
Okay.
And I put your dishes up when you wash them as well.
Mm-hmm.
And but I'm not gonna wash one item. I'm just gonna wait till I get two or three more. Ain't nobody in the house but us. And that's not a dirty kitchen. You got 2-3 items in the sink.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you use up more dish liquid than you would normally use. That's just one dish.
Okay.
So, and if I leave my glass on the counter, it's normally I'm gonna put some more juice in it or water, whatever I put in it. So I leave it on the counter. Then I come back, it's missing. So I got to get another one. So,
okay.
But everybody have their own way of dealing with things and their own personality. And I know make sacrifice for your spouse, and we do that for each other. But the things she's talking about don't bother me because,
Look, read what Sandra said, baby. You don't have your reading glasses on. You want me to read? Okay. Sandra says, honey, this is her husband. Honey, or maybe it's her. Have you thought about what you're going to cook today? What the? Oh, Lord. Makes me mad sometimes. Real talk. Our kids are both in college. Cooking days are over. Why don't he understand that?
I don't know. I can't speak for him, but I can speak for me. If you want me to answer that from Ken and Fuller.
What you gonna say?
There's plenty of restaurants open that serve food. I go and pick it up or call it in to bring it up to the house.
Yeah. Okay. So Doc Layton.
That's me.
Yeah. Doc Layton says he enjoys cleaning.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Fuller cleans as well.
Wash your clothes all the time.
Look, so Debbie says, "Come on now, I know what you mean." Miss Norman says there's trade-offs, and then Deb Brown says, "Sounds like my husband." Okay, so I'm going.
And I wash your clothes all the time.
Yeah, he does.
And I fold them and I put them up.
Yeah, but that part about
that's just a difference between a man and a woman and the way they look at things at different times. Now, some men like Nick, some of the other guys like I know like Rick. My friend Ron Austin, all them, Mac Jackson, they like cooking. They like doing these kind of things like that. Mm-hmm. But
look,
I did so much when I was younger. So I just don't do it anymore.
But look, what I do know, y'all, I'm just keeping it real. Can I just keep it real, you guys? They okay with keeping it real, right? Baby, I'm just saying that sometimes that I just think that whoever the spouse is, there's always that one that has to think about what we're gonna have for dinner. Now, Fuller will ask sometimes, but or breakfast, lunch, or dinner, whatever it is. And so I'm like, I don't always want to think about any of that.
But not being defensive, because I'm not going to explain myself, because I'm not seem like
defending
I'm defending the way I am. Now, the reason I asked you what you want is because Darlene had this broad taste buds. I'm talking about from A to Z. And I never know what she's gonna like, so I want to get exactly what she like. So she knows, she tell me what she want. I get it.
Look, here go Nick's going to talk about. It's about alignment. Okay, look here, Mr. Nick. Don't be agreeing with Full over here.
No,
I'm gonna skip over you. No,
we good,
look,
Nick.
Okay, so Doc Layton said, okay, Doc Layton, put in the chat what you cook for the holidays. Let me see what you do. Oh, you cooking some gumbo? Okay, tell us what. So Miss Norma says the rhythm of being married. It is. Y'all live there. What I do know that Miss Norma, you guys have been married for a long time, and y'all have gotten the rhythm down to what it's like being married. I was married 15 years before, and so me and Fuller are newly married. And what we're working on, and I know Fuller, so we have couples that work on the rhythm, and they haven't gotten their rhythm just yet, or maybe they've been married long enough and they've let the rhythm just go like this, and the rhythm is all over here. Somebody's on key, somebody else key.
It's not a rhythm; it's a sound.
Right? Somebody's in harmony, somebody's singing bass, somebody's got the tenor note, and somebody's not singing alto, and you didn't come to choir practice. And so that's what we're talking about. Are the conversations that we won't have, and we let those things agitate us. Like, for example, I mentioned to Fuller about, and it's just it took me forever. Yeah. Nick, how long you been married? Oh, he says 41 years. My God.
Oh,
yes.
geez.
So, for example, now don't be talking about me talking about this is minor stuff. This is minor stuff that people get upset about. So, Fuller, we got this paper towel holder. And Paige is the first one that noticed it. I noticed it, but I was like, oh, whatever. So I hung up this new this paper towel holder under the cabinet, right? So when Fuller comes, him and Austin, I don't know if it's a man thing or what, but when Fuller and Austin come, they take paper towel down, they pull the whole thing down, right? And then they take one off, right? Or take two off. But the rest of the paper towels are hanging down under the counter. I don't know why that bothers us.
Not on the counter, under the counter.
It's under the counter, right, but the rolling part, there's extra paper towels hanging down. And so Paige said, Mama, can Bishop Fuller just kind of roll the paper thing up? I said, this is his house. I can't tell him to do that. And then I started noticing it, right? And so I said to him the other week, I said, babe, do you notice that when you pull the paper towels, it's minor stuff, you guys. I'm talking about minor stuff that mess with our marriages. Because it does.
But see, y'all need to tell us that.
Yes.
We don't know that.
I know.
So you let it bother you. And I mean, it didn't bother you. You just said it bothered you, but I didn't know it. So
right.
If you go in there and look now, when I
he
get
does it every time.
I
fixes it up.
But see, unless you communicate, and that's the key to marriage. Know your spouse.
Yes.
Know who you do. When you say stuff to me, I know where it's coming from. It's coming from your heart.
Yes.
And then when I say stuff to you, it's a correction, or it's a direction, or it's a rebuke, whatever. I know your heart, so I know
Look.
where it's coming from.
Look.
So I don't get offended by it.
Look, Bridale says, my husband and I take turns cooking. That is really good. But she said, and then they're grateful for restaurants. Look, we're grateful for takeouts, restaurants, and all of that because we don't have no kids at home anymore. But those moments in my mind where I'm always thinking, and I'm using the word always, if I don't come up with, if I'm at home and Fuller's here, I just like to serve Fuller. I know. You can't be talking about be criticizing Darlene at the same time is saying that you really like. I know it's all confusing, but I am saying that I know that if I don't say, baby, you gonna eat breakfast? Now he may say, this is what Fuller say, I'm good. Baby, I ain't good. And so he would say what?
You wanna go somewhere?
Right.
To get you something?
Right. He would say that. But if he ain't hungry, he don't say nothing. And it don't matter what Darlene ain't thought about it, nothing.
But I like getting out the house, and I like going to a couple of restaurants local, but one place in particular I like to go. It's so quaint. It's so, and to me, it's romantic. So I go out with my wife. I'm going out with my wife, and I enjoy the moment and look across the table at her and look at her. Look over the whole menu and change her mind about 3 or 4 times. And
look, Sandra, you better stay married. She's talking about I'm going in the room to tell him right now. Look, and
don't say that Bishop said
right.
Now.
Look, Doc Layton said we're gonna have Doc Layton that's gonna come on and be
right.
one of our guests to talk about this subject because I know him and Sister Barbara got some stuff to lay down.
So Barbara gonna tell on him too.
She's gonna tell it.
So
She's gonna tell him.
He's
talking about some things in marriage never change. Okay, and then look. I like going out too, Miss Norman. Don't get me wrong. I do. It's those moments where we're stuck in the house. So I'm thinking, okay, let me go here real quick back. So say I cook. We've been snowed in for a few days. Now, the great thing that I think I do really well is that I cook and clean at the same time.
Yeah. And
so I try not to leave dishes behind. But if I didn't clean up the whole kitchen, would you clean up the whole kitchen?
Yeah.
Okay. Does your spouse?
Because when I wash the dish, I wipe all the counters off. I wipe the stove off. I do all of that.
Okay. So does your spouse, studio audience, when you cook, whoever's cooking, yes, Nick says his wife cleans up. So, or are you the person that cooks and cleans up? That's a question for you guys. Okay, so here's something else that I noticed, and I'm talking about the small foxes that spoil the vine sometimes in our relationships. That's all I'm talking about. That's stuff that Darlene just noticed, and I just be like, my baby don't see that. He just sat down on the couch. My pretty pillows on the couch. They're so beautiful, and they're nicely tucked in the corner of the couch. 2 pillows, very nicely decorative, and sitting in the corner of the couch, and they sit there and they never move. Until my baby and his back and behind sit there, then my baby get up. Them 2 pillows be side by side like this, all kind of ways. And so yesterday I said this morning because I left him there, and I said, "Babe, I'm going to talk about the subject today." And I said, like for example, I'm going to use like these 2 pillows here.
You did.
And I was very nice with them. And I said, like these 2 pillows. You see how they right here and on the couch? They're really supposed to be sitting side by side, hugging each other on the couch. I said, but every time you sit down, baby, you just walk away. Like it's nothing. He said, oh, but he got it. And he picked it up. Okay, so I know y'all are saying.
So, hey, that's no problem. Because next time you ask me to come and sit in there, I won't come and sit.
No, but you can.
Because I was minding my own business.
No,
I was doing.
No, but you can come in there. I just want you to remind yourself when you get up. But see, look, but he's gonna remember that. He will never ever. Fuller's good. I can't talk about it, but I'm talking about all of us because these are conversations. They're small and they lead to bigger things. Look, 3 minutes.
I got one.
What you got, baby?
One is Darlene, and you might be the same way, ladies. When you ask your husband to do something, you want him to stop everything he's doing, drop everything, and do it right then. I'm talking about that very moment. And
no, I don't.
Okay.
Because what I know,
if you say it,
because what I know is that Fuller gonna do it when he get to. Okay, let me rephrase that. What I know is that Fuller, and I've learned this. Stop it, Nick. Stop it. You stop helping Fuller preach. Don't be talking about preach Bishop nothing. Because
I'll send you an offering on Nick.
Look, and then Miss Norma did say up here, you think men gonna fix the pillows? Miss Norma, this just putting the pillows back. Just if you just set them back, because he sees them, he know Fuller gonna work that out. But what I do know is that when Fuller, he's told me this several times until I got it now. When Fuller says he's gonna do something, now I'm like some other people where I get up and I still go and I still go and try to do it, and then I have to stop myself from going to do it even after I asked him to do it and he said he was going to do it. Full, if he said he's going to do it, he's going to do it. What's your pet peeve, Miss Norma? Come off of mute and tell us. Let me see if I can bring Miss Norma into this conversation. Let me see how that works. I can't do that, Miss Norma. This ain't I don't know how to do that one. I could ask some. Oh, I could invite Miss Norma. I don't know how to do that today. Okay. So, but yeah, baby, I know when you say you're going to do something, he's going to do it. Now, do I want to wait till he decides he's going to do it? Not all the time. But I also know that if I do it and I ask him to do it, he's going to say to me, why you ask me to do it? Because you, whoa.
Well, see, I think there's a trade-off of what men do and ladies don't do. Like with Darlene, I check her car. I check to see if it needs anything. I go and fill it up, which is always mostly empty. And it doesn't matter. Paige come home. I check, make sure she's good. I do those kind of things. So I think, like you said, you have to find the rhythm of a marriage. And sometimes they have a strong suit in one area, and they have a weak suit in another area. That's what a covenant is. You cover my weakness, and I cover your weakness, and then therefore there's no weakness in our marriage. So that's what people learn to do. Yeah. But look, with all these things that Darlene's saying, we never got in an argument about it. We've not fussed about it. Yeah. We're not even raised our voice about it, because to me it's just minor corrections, minor direction for the marriage. It is. And it'll help enhance our marriage. And I'm all about enhancing my marriage and make it better, because I realized I got a great marriage and I want to keep it like that. So what the maintenance require, and I submit myself, I ain't gonna cook now. I mean, I'm cooking some hot dogs and do stuff like that. Some things I don't do. I've explained that to her even before we got married. Some things I don't do, but what I do, I will do, and I do it consistently. Yeah, and here's what I know, because I have to talk myself. Miss Norma said this. Sometimes, it's not only adding balance, but it's also just, recognizing this, the small stuff. You got to let some stuff go, right? And I had to talk myself. I have to talk to myself that way as well, and say, Darlene, that's not important. So go put the pillows back. But I have something I want to ask them. Okay. Since this is in marriage, why do y'all treat the husband different than y'all treat the children? Especially when they about half grown. Because you'll go behind them and pick up and clean up and fill up their car and give them money and do all this. So why don't the husband? I'm just saying this to the audience. I'm not saying this to you. Me? No. Good. So why do you cater to them, but you don't cater to the husband who brings in income, who helps with the house, who do all these other things, and they got 3 or 4 little challenges that you would like to see change. Yeah. But the kids got a list long as the driveway. They do. So what is that all about? Yeah. That's part two. On this, because a lot of times, I've counseled couples, and my question to them is, they be going back and forth. She said, I just can't forgive him. Or he said, I can't forgive her. And we forgive our kids over and over again. Good, matter of fact, I tell them, I said, look, your child have reserved seat down to the jailhouse. They don't even book nobody in that room because they know he's coming back. But you'll go and get him out over and over and over again, where you give him great grace. But where's the grace when it comes down to your spouse, husband or wife? I'm saying husband or wife. Where's the grace when it comes down to the spouse? We'll go all out for our kids. Yeah. But why don't we go all out for our kids, for our husband, and expect I'm not saying expect the same thing because you ain't gonna get nothing. We wait for the kids. I'm talking about my kids, our kids together, bonus kids.
Yeah.
So why is it that the kids get more than the spouse?
And
more loving, tender care, and grace.
Yeah, Wanda said because they don't live here, but that's you going a little bit beyond the ones that don't have to live here,
or they come here on college
or
for
come back
2 months. Because it also stay here over 2 weeks. I had to lock Darlene in the room because I'd be going out to the jailhouse to get her.
Yeah. But you're right. You know, when you start thinking about the list of things, like I was going over with you, and I stay on my kids as well. But these look at the page. Look, in fact, you guys. Now, Paige, you know I'm on GodFidence.
She busted you out right on GodFidence, Paige.
Call me back, girl. Paige know I'm on GodFidence. Oh, that was a good example.
If it been me calling, she wouldn't answer.
I mean, like, don't they know we got GodFidence going on? But we know, but we do. We talk about the kids put stuff down, the spouse puts stuff down. We give the kids grace, we get mad at the spouse. Or we get mad at the kids, but we keep going back and covering.
Behind them and covering.
Yeah. And so, you know, I tell Austin, put the chair back. You take the chair bench out. Could you put the bench back under the counter? But it's those things that that cause tension in relationships. And I'm so thankful that Fuller and I can talk about the small or the big foxes because he's easy. But look, we both in our previous relationships, we probably weren't as easygoing before. We let some things just aggravate us and held on to those things that bothered us, whether they were small or big. And our marriages, like we talked about last week, we only got time remaining. We're on the other side of the century of our lives. And you only got this amount of time left. You'll never get this time back. So I have to talk myself down. So I'm encouraging you, if you're laughing at us, or if you're saying, darling, really? No. I'm not just talking about me. In general, if you having these conversations or ever felt this way, I know once you get past a certain years in marriage, some things never change, Dr. Layton, but then other things you want them to change, and they're not changing because they bother you.
And some things, again, you need to express these things. Mm-hmm. And audience, we want you guys to have the best marriage or the best relationship you can possibly have. That's why we bring these things up. Because I have no problem about Darlene talking about anything about me and marriage, because I'm not ashamed of nothing I'm doing, or nothing I have done. I'm not at all. And a lot of these things we talk about, and like she told me about the paper towel rack, I can do that. She told me about the pillow, I can do that. But I'm not mindful of it unless you mention it. So don't be upset with your spouse, upset if you've not addressed it before. Yeah. And then if they don't do it anyway, just do it yourself. What is it going to cost you to do it yourself? Because it's worth keeping the relationship. It's worth making a sacrifice to keep peace in the home. Not at the expense of your peace, but those little things, some little things should not bother us. And we should look over those things, because how much more that they do good, or they do excellent, or they are blessing to you, or they bless you. So keep it in the box. Keep it in the box. Like I tell everyone, if my arguments or my debate is in this right there, I hope y'all can see that. You can't really see this. It's a square.
Just think about the square on the screen.
My disagreement and my argument, my attitude is in this box, because I get outside the box. I'm not worried about being upset. Darlene getting upset with me, because we get over it. But I get outside that box, I'm in trouble with God. And so I keep my disappointment, my disagreements, my argument, my fussing, whatever you call it, I keep it in the box, because I'd be in trouble with God. I get out, because I always want her to respect me as a man of God, and then her man of God, and the priest of his house. So I'm not going to do anything so that she wouldn't respect me and wouldn't honor me in any kind of way. Yeah. So that's my spiel for tonight.
And I love the fact that Fuller brought up, what about, we do get caught up in the small things that our spouses do, but what about the things that they do good? So Fuller's right. When I go outside, he checks to make sure my car is on the charge. or the other car that we have that is full of gas. I've never driven any car that we've gotten in and didn't have gas in it, because full to make sure that the car is always full. Or like when Paige comes over, we're always checking: is there oil in your car? Is there, you got any maintenance lights on your car? Or baby, you go before I leave the house in the morning. If I'm traveling, he's prays over me, and things that I've desired for forever. And sometimes we forget about the greater things on the other side because we're concentrating on the things that they're not doing right. And so, but I wanted to have this discussion because I told Fuller that I know people are having these little things about who does what, and we don't address it. So Miss Norma says, in closing us out here, I'm going to start with the Hines. You have so much wisdom. Thank you, Wanda Hines. I know that was for Bishop, probably.
No, it's both of us.
Look, and then Miss Norma says, the Holy Spirit will help us even with these little things.
Yes, it will.
Absolutely. What an awesome conversation, baby. I thank you for allowing me to bring our world into Godfidence, so that people see that we are real people, from the pulpit to the everyday person, and that we're no different than anybody else, other than we got the God that lives on the inside
When
of us.
Godfidence quit being ministry, I'm going to stop. When it quit helping people, and that is, you got to tell my dirty laundry or something, my imperfections. I don't mind, because it might help somebody else.
Absolutely.
Then to know that no matter how much love you get, how much love you have one for another, there's still small things in the marriage. And then let them know that a man of God, not that you're not a woman of God, but in ministry, as a title, with the title, that we have frailties and faults and shortcomings as well.
Yep. Thank you, baby.
Yeah.
Love you guys.
Yeah.
Love you, baby.
Yeah, love you.
We are so thankful that you joined us again. And look, next week when we see you again, it will be after the Super Bowl, and it'll be the 1st of February. Can you believe it? So look.
No, it won't be after Super Bowl.
It won't?
Just for Sunday, church anniversary.
No. Okay, first, it'll be February 1st, the first Monday in February. So look, Doc Layton don't play, Nick don't play. We're gonna be reaching out to you guys. We're gonna need some people to come on here and
we gotta get Nick them on here.
I want to continue maybe some of this conversation, because we hit it pretty quickly, but definitely there's some other conversation to be had around the same kind of topic. So anyway, you guys, thank you for joining us today. We will see you guys on next week. Y'all take care. And look, we was trying to find some music to take us out with. But anyway, y'all know how we do it. We take us on out, kind of dance a little bit. Remember, this is not our music.
We don't own the rights to it, but
we sure don't. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. All right, you guys, y'all take care. See you later.